Hi, thanks for joining me for lesson number 3. Let's not waste any time with a long introduction. Let's just start learning. So here are the next letters we want to teach you. Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, and Ayin. The letter Kaf makes the sound K, like kangaroo. Remember the second letter we learned, bet? So just like the bet, the Kaf can also have a dagesh or not. With the dagesh, it's a K sound. Without the dagesh, it makes the Ch sound, and the letter is called a Chaf. This letter actually has another interesting feature. When it appears at the end of a word, it looks a bit different. It looks like this, and makes the sound Ch. There are actually 5 of these special final letters in Hebrew. You can learn more about them in the Hebrew Starters packet. A dog in Hebrew is called a kelev, and the word starts with a kaf. This is my brother's kelev, Lucky. Isn't he cute? The letter lamed makes the sound la, like lollipop. The Hebrew word for heart is lev, which starts with the letter lamed. Ooh, look at all these hearts. Hearts remind me of romantic movies and walks along the beach. I just love those, don't you? I seem to have wandered off topic. Oops. In any case, this is the letter lamed, and moving right along. Ugh, I hate getting stuck in traffic jams. Well, I guess this gives us time to discuss the next letter. The letter mem makes the sound m, like move. If only these cars were moving now. Guess what? The word for car in Hebrew actually starts with the letter mem. It's called a mechonit. Like the kaf, this letter also has a special final letter form when it appears at the end of a word, and it looks like this. Again, like I mentioned earlier, you can read more about this in the Hebrew Starters packet. You know what else starts with the letter mem? Many question words. Those that in English start with WH. For example, me, who, ma, what, matai, when. Who didn't quite understand this? Don't worry, we'll get back to this in future lessons. Now we've come to the letter nun. I must say we really are moving along quite nicely. The letter nun makes the sound na, like in nest. A candle in Hebrew is called a ner. This letter also has a special appearance when it's the final letter of a word. It looks like this. The letter samech makes the sound sa, like snake. Don't be afraid. This is Sandy, and he's quite friendly. You can probably also guess why there is a horse here. That's right. The word for horse in Hebrew starts with the letter samech. It's called a sus. Ooh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention that the Hebrew word for sorry, slicha, also starts with a samech. Hey, I just realized the English word sorry starts with the same sound. Cool. Okay then, let's move on to the letter ayin. Ayin is a Hebrew letter that doesn't really have an English equivalent. It basically sounds like a guttural ah. Einayim is the Hebrew word for eyes. It starts with the letter ayin. Actually, the letter ayin and how it came to be is a great example of the interesting evolution of the Hebrew letters. You can read more about that in our starters packet. I'm not sure why, but I feel like someone is watching me. Let's move on, shall we? Now let's practice writing these new letters. I encourage you to write them along with me, one at a time. Feel free to pause this video at any point if I'm writing too quickly for you. I'll wait patiently. Kaf, Lamed, Mem. Nun, Samech. Ein. Have you noticed? We've already learned 16 letters in the alphabet. This means that you're ready to learn some new words. For example, Adom, red, Kahol, blue, Ima, mother, Ochel, food, Et, pen, Kochav, star, Kos, cup, Autobus, bus, Neched, grandchild. We have now finished lesson number 3. We invite you to continue on to the next lesson. Or maybe it's time for a break to prepare some ochel. All this learning has made me hungry. Want to go back to a previous lesson? Click here. Ready to move on to the next lesson? Click here. Before you go, I want to mention that the next lesson is the last one on the Hebrew alphabet. Can you believe it? We're almost done. See you soon. Bye.